In an alternate universe where London is a dark place to exist, with surveillance being the backbone of this harsher regime where the military are cracking down and crushing ordinary folk, those ordinary folk fight back and form a resistance to explain to the man that they shall not prevail with those brutal suppression tactics, and who better to save London than the most iconic crowd pleaser of all? This guy. Meet Rashid, considered the bad boy of the living statue world, with an impressive biography where he did put Billy in hospital, but let me assure you, Billy deserved it, but we'll get to that. On a salary of 14,700 quid and the fact that he's been putting up with a nasty case of gout on his left big toe, Rashid has nothing to lose, and that makes him dangerous. The name on the lips of every Londoner is DedSec, the team of highly skilled individuals that will become the army to bring the enemy to their knees. However, your everyday man and woman dare not step out of line lest they are hauled into a dark hole for crimes as simple as looking at the wrong person the wrong way. So they need a nudge by the unsung heroes, and Rashid is out today to recruit Sarka O'Hara, construction worker extraordinaire who may have been denied multiple construction permits, but now she's had her thumb reattached, she is definitely DedSec operative material. However, Sarka's got a problem.
You look like the type who might not like the current state of London.
Are you with DedSec? Because I could use your assistance.
No promises. What's the problem?
Long story short, I owed money and Clan Kelly roped me into doing labour for them until my debt was paid off. Not the brightest idea I had, seeing as now I'm an indentured servant. Help me clear my debt to them, and I'll owe you.
Right. Leave it to us.
An easy task for the living statue. Rashid sped off to Camden town and he knew exactly where to find the blackmail data, so he did the thing that you should always do when approaching a dangerous clan of criminals. Use your gadget to hack the panel and walk right through the front door.
You gonna keep faffing about or what?
Okay, that didn't work, but even though they saw him, he was about to pull out that ace in the hole. For you cannot accuse a rock of committing trespass.
Didn't think I'd see anything that cool today.
An immovable object.
Nobody gets through, yeah?
Just a simple street performer.
You're gonna regret this.
You wouldn't shoot a man who amuses crowds of people. Oh, okay, you would. Yeah. Now, when they said Rashid was the bad boy of the living statue world, I didn't think it meant bad as in Super Terry Ultra Omega bad, but that's alright. The initial plan might have gone down the sewers, but our hero of the people was not about to give up on his main act. And it worked. He fooled the sniffing searchlights and it was time to swap tactics. He pulled out an infiltrator spider bot to sniff out the location of the laptop. Being small and agile, this simple machine could slip by the guards unnoticed and retrieve the dead. Do you know what? The spider bots are, yeah, they're overrated. It was time to assume the position and amaze the crowds. For while they think a man is simply standing perfectly still, behind those goggles, Rashid was actually looking through the security cameras and scoping out the area and finding that laptop, all the while mesmerising the employees nearby who seemed to like the show so much. In he walked through the front door after all.
Yes! Brilliant!
Yep. Oh, wow.
Wicked!
Wasn't expecting that. Even my pizza soul can appreciate that.
What's all this? What do we have here?
However, that trick might not work a second time, so he opted not to push it and swapped to stealth to get the job done. That red box gets overridden to unlock what was locked by following the path of the blue lines. With the data erasing and enemies nearby, Rashid did what Rashid does best.
Not here. Moving on.
Transfer complete.
Hey mate, you're done. Rashid. Stop standing still and get out of there!
We cleared your debt with Clan Kelly. Just think twice who you look to for help, yeah?
Oh, that's a relief. Despite the typical media coverage your organisation receives, you've proven yourselves to the contrary.
You can go your own way, or you can join DedSec. What do you think?
Fine. I'm in.
With the job complete, we could now move on to our next operative and her role within DedSec, Sarka. Oh wait, yeah, remember when I said Billy went to hospital? Well...
Wait, what are you looking at? Wait, big shot.
I don't want any trouble, right?
Oh, no trouble, eh? Too f***ing bad, mate. This is Clan Kelly turf, so just being here means you're in for trouble, so fuck.
Billy was a bully. Right, Sarka, her job was to steal a server, and for that, DedSec would require her construction skills, as one of her jobs involved using cargo drones. Very handy for reaching high vantage points where the enemy are keeping their servers, and she could just pluck it off the rooftop. Better still if she was on top of the drone to make sure it all went down smoothly. Trouble is, it's been a while since Sarka used one of those things, and... yes, she is still in that tree. Despite trying to reunite herself with the drone, she fell. But such things are a blip in the road to DedSec operatives, and every experience is a learning point for the future, because that pain from being rammed by a drone would be remembered and put to use. Sarka looked around at the view from above and realised how much she admired the city of London from such a height, but then the sobering reality kicked in that the service she sought was actually guarded. However, her precious love tap from the drone gave her an idea. The server was now open for the taking, so she attached it to the drone, took it to the location on the map, and the job was done. Now you're probably wondering what use a cosplayer has in an underground resistance bot. If you look at Harriet Potter's if you look at Harriet Parker's biography, she's a dangerous individual. I mean, look. She bought a ticket to a K-pop concert, and the fans of that genre are particularly savage. So with a background in hacking and all things that can be manipulated into the darkest corners of the internet, there was only one place suitable for someone with such marketable digital skills. That's right, you guessed it.
So, you like bare knuckle? You think you're tough? Do you know why we fight in a slaughterhouse?
Why?
Because you're gonna be cut up like a little piece of meat. If you challenge our champion, he will completely butcher you.
I want to hear that energy, folks. I want to hear the love and the hate. Get hype. The fighters step into the limelight. Take a look at those faces. Place your bets and strap the f*** in.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Whoa, that is like f***ing hurt. Oh my God! You're absolutely disgusting.
Now while Harriet only had a wild haymaker as her fighting technique, it truly did serve her well across the rounds. But then she came up against the champion. And the reason that the champion never loses is because, well, he's a filthy cheat. However, he probably never fought the raw power of the kitty ears combined with K-pop before. Well, I've got a lot of people to recruit to save London. My name has been Ragtag, the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth. Please do subscribe for more Watch Dogs Legion, Apex Legends, and a host of other things coming to the channel. Catch you in the next one. Later.
I'll have it go.